Hello, everyone. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump scare you there with my little cough. Hello. I don't have the blazer on. Hold on. Not the blazer. It's not a blazer. It's not that fancy. I keep forgetting to put it on for my streams. Whew. Yeah. I got pajama pants on, but I at least can look a little snazzy from the top here. Just a tiny bit, you know. Look, figured I'd look, you know, presentable for my audience. And that's wearing a suit jacket with an Avengers t-shirt underneath. Goody. So, today we're playing some Pokemon, which I love Pokemon. So, we're going to be doing a shiny hunt today. And honestly, I had a Pokemon in mind that I was going to shiny hunt, but then I forgot what it was. So, we are just going to wing it. We're going to, whatever Pokemon we find that we want to shiny hunt, we're going to shiny hunt. That's basically what I'm getting at. There's a specific way to shiny hunt in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which makes it a little easier. I don't know if I'll use sandwiches or not, but we'll see. Once we find a Pokemon that we're going to shiny hunt, we'll put it up on the screen here. Let me just get the webcam on. We gotta hide one of these chat bars. There we go. Alright, that should be all set now. Here we are. First of all, I need to get an outfit. Hello, Mr. Lycanroc. I'm all set. I don't need to deal with you. How do I go into my map again? It is... What button is the map? I actually don't know which one the map is. Oh, I pressed... It's not that one. I can tell you right now, it's not that one. Y? It is Y. We are in Paldea. Okay. We're in the right place. What hordes do we have in all these locations? Just to check. We have Dragonair. We can go for Dragonair. That's one of them that I actually wanted to get. I could also go for Fungus. Oh, man. We got some really good shinies that we could possibly hunt today. So we got those two. Nothing really of interest in the, in Blueberry. I already have a Poplio. I have, like, 2 shiny Poplios. I got them from the Pokemon's, Pokemon Go event for it. I already have Bisharp, shiny Bisharp. I'm not too interested in that. Not too interested in Litwick either, or Timber. I mean, Litwick could be cool. I don't know what shiny Chandelure looks like. I'm gonna look up what shiny Chandelure looks like real quick, because that could actually be cool. Shiny Chandelure. Alright, let's see. Ooh, he has Orange Fire instead of Blue Fire. That's kind of cool. Okay, so we have a lot of good hordes here that we can hunt down, so we don't even need to reset or anything, because I feel like we're gonna go for all 3 of those today. We might as well see how many we can sink our teeth into, you know? So we will start with going to the Pokemon Center, or not the Pokemon Center, the Academy, because we need to go pick up a costume. We need to go get the long-awaited purple suit. There's a purple suit somewhere in this game, and I think I know how to get it. I've had some conflicting responses as to where exactly I get this, but I think it's in here in the library somewhere. Maybe? There should be some characters in here somewhere that I can talk to. Oh god, maybe not. Where? Hold on. Hello? Do I talk to you? Oh, this could be a story. Yes? Oh. I didn't know there was a whole post-story thing here. I think this is how I get the items. Do you get it now? No, I don't. And frankly, I don't really care. I just want the clothes. It's... What's he even saying? I don't even know. I'm not paying attention to the dialogue. If anyone remembers, I did do a little playthrough of Pokemon Scarlet on my Twitch, which I will probably still do. I might carry it over to here, but today I'm just shiny hunting on Pokemon Violet. So we're gonna actually get some cool Pokemon. I can show you guys my shiny box. I'll flex some of my Pokemon, possibly. We'll see. So I think we need to complete this post-game thing, and then we can get the suits. It's yeah. I don't really have any interest in those characters. I think they're the Team Rocket people. So, or Team Star. Not Team Rocket. Wrong team. Okay, did I do it? OMG, it's Pokemon? I know, we're back. We haven't played Pokemon in a while. So now that we've talked to him, who do we talk to next? I'm definitely lost. There should be two people in the main area here. Oh, maybe they're at the top floor. Oh, there are multiple stories to this library. I'm a fool. They're probably here somewhere. Right. Alright, they're not in here. Up here, possibly? There's a lot going on up here. So far, I don't see any specific people. They're supposed to be wearing like an orange or like a gray tan, no, sorry, tan jacket. Do I need to go to, is there a specific library, or is the library in the main area here? We're in the entrance hall. Is there a library? No. Okay, so I need to look this up now. I need an actual tutorial for this. List of clothing and how to get them. Okay. This is probably it. Hats, eyewear, outfits. Pre-order. Oh, did I need to pre-order it? Damn. Oh, it's given to the players so long as they've purchased the DLC? What do you mean? Okay, hold on. So... Did I have to pre-order the DLC? That's the thing. Oh, okay. So press X to open the menu, scroll down to downloadable content. Check item details. Ah! There it is. That was much easier than whatever the hell I was trying to do. Look at that. We got a little gift, and it's going to give us all of the outfits. Oh, fantastic. Okay. So, now we can go into our clothing, which is not this. Why is that? It's this. Okay. New winter uniform. We got the purple suit, boys. We got the purple suit. Okay. That's pretty sick. The clothing options in this game are so ridiculously bad, but somehow we have a purple suit and all of those. What are these? I need a good backpack. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna keep that one. Alright, and the gloves. We got new school gloves. Those look okay. Ooh. Those kind of go well with the suit, but I'm gonna go with the Battle League, the red glove. That's kind of cool. And then for the shoes, we have the Battle League school shoes. We can do ghost sneakers. No, thank you. I think this is fine. Let's go with this outfit. Fantastic. All right, we've got a suit now. Big progress here. Big progress. Now we can actually begin with the shiny hunts. Let's do it, shall we? Now you may be asking, J-Heart, doesn't shiny hunting take an extremely long time? You'd be correct, but there are ways to shorten it, which is why I'm actually playing on my file that I have a lot more progress in. Because I have a little something called the Shiny Charm, which is an item you get for completing the Violet, the main game, like, Pokedex, right? So I have that. And then I also have knowledge, I suppose, of how to increase my odds even more. I'm probably not going to use sandwiches because I'm kind of lazy and I don't have a lot of Herba Mystica. And I don't know how to get more reliably. So, I know how to get that. Okay, so Dragonair, I would love to shiny hunt it, but it's going to be really tough to do it since it's in the water. So that one I might put on hold. Maybe let's go for Foongus first. Because I do kind of want a cool shiny Amoonguss. Because it turns the regular Pokeball, like the red on his Pokeball, like the top of the mushroom. For those of you who don't know what Foongus looks like, he looks like a... Oh, well, you know what? I'll pull up a picture of the shiny one. How about that? That's what I was going to do anyway. So let's... Shiny Amoonguss. Alright. Let's get an image of him on screen, shall we? We're going to get a transparent render of him. Amoonguss shiny. Okay. Now, let's get that image loaded up on stream. We're just gonna make a little image. Oh, we have a Pokemon thing right here, yeah. We use this for our... Is it a shiny or is it not a shiny? So I might as well just use this. We'll go into our stream stuff. Alright, we have... Wow, he's big. Oh my god, he's massive. We need to downscale you a little bit, buddy. You don't need to be that big. Alright. We're looking for that. And so maybe we should put a text box right next to it. Saying, like, that's our next shiny. Or current shiny hunt. Yeah. Ugh. Alright, and we'll up the size of that. We probably don't need it that big. And then we're gonna turn it to... I have a font for this. There we go. You know what? Maybe Roboto? What's Roboto? No, I don't like that one. What font should we make this? Arial Arial, fine. We'll do that. That works. Current Shiny Hunt. Should we add a bit of a... We should add some effects on this. It looks a little bland, don't you think? Maybe we add a little outline to it. A little black outline. The outline size, 10 pixels? Sure. Alright. That looks okay. I mean, it's text, you know? It's gonna look how it looks. What the fuck did I just do? I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Oh, cool. Haha! I'm gonna move that Among Us so it's... Oh, shit. I moved something else. I'm gonna move that so it's kind of in the middle there. Sure. So that's our current shiny hunt, is an Among Us. Now, how we get there is the next question. He is over this way, right towards the back. That's a weird spot. I'm sure we'll be fine. Hello, Among Us. We need to find one of you. This is what Among Us usually looks like, but we want the one with a bit of... It's like kind of blue and kind of purple. People say it's supposed to resemble a Great Ball instead of a Pokeball, but that looks more like a Master Ball, honestly, since it's more purple than blue. I don't know. Call me crazy, but... Or maybe they do say it's a Master Ball and I'm just fucking stupid. Who knows? Could be any of those. Let's take a look at... What is our team looking like right now? What do we have? Ah, this is our shiny Metagross. We do have quite a few shinies in this game. I forgot I was going to show you guys. Might as well show you guys now. So, why do we have a Charmeleon in here? I can't recall why. Oh, because he's a shiny. Okay, so I'm probably trying to get a shiny Charizard right now. These are all of my shinies in here, so I guess I can probably... Can I look at them? I can. Alright, that's a shiny Scovillion, shiny Flygon. Some of the cool ones are like... I like shiny Samurott. And also shiny... I have two Samurots, two shiny Samurots. I grinded for both because I wanted both the Unova and the Hisuian form. And Oshawott spawns in a really laggy, snowy biome in the water. So it's really hard to actually grind out Oshawott for a shiny. Much more difficult than other shinies. So I'm really glad I ended up getting him. Typhlosion, of course. We got ourselves a Greninja, which looks so cool. And then, Salamence, that one's a cool one. Arcanine was one of my first ones that I got. And of course, Reuniclus. It was really hard to spot the shiny because of the lighting, but I did end up finding him. We got ourselves a shiny Poplio down here as well. Very cool. He doesn't look much different, but Primarina looks different when it evolves. Kingambit. I love the Kingambit one. I'll be honest, I'm kind of a sucker for the blue shinies. Or purple, which is why I'm going for the Among Us right now, because I like blue or purple shinies. Alright, we've encountered a mass outbreak of fungus, so there they are. So if we go into this big outbreak here, we find a place to put down our picnic bench, I will show you what we're gonna do. So, I'll explain it to those who don't know how to shiny hunt, for anyone who ever wants to do it. Usually finding the hordes is the best way to do it, and, you know, you can look at each one of them and be like, oh, well, you know, none of these are shiny. Well, fantastic. Well, now how do I load in more of them, right? So, the first thing you could do is you could first walk away from them, and then they despawn like that. You can kind of see them disappearing, and you can just walk back like this, and then you'll have new ones. More new ones will spawn in. That is a little inefficient because you have to walk away and then walk back every time to respawn all of the Pokemon here. However, an easier way to go about it is to lay down a picnic, because that despawns all the Pokemon around you, and then you just immediately revoke the picnic, you know? No more picnic. Sorry, guys. And then, look at that. They all spawn again. And if these guys are awfully small, but I should be able to tell from the... It'll be blue or purple on their back instead of red. So it shouldn't be too hard to find one. Just might take a little bit. But there are still ways to increase your shiny odds with these kind of Pokemon. And all you need to do is be able to count to 60. It is that easy. And I want to use Charmeleon here, but I don't think it's a good idea. What is resistant against grass? I mean, I guess Metagross will do fine. So all you need to do is auto battle 60 of these guys. So let's count 1. And this definitely takes the longest. But killing 60 of them actually increases your odds of finding a shiny in this specific horde. That's 3. That's 4. And that's 5. So basically the shiny odds, I'll try and count while I do this. That's 6 right here. Basically the way the shiny odds work is you have a 1 in 4,000 chance of getting a 1 in 4,096, I believe, of getting a shiny of any Pokemon. That's full odds. It used to be like 1 in 8,000, which was kind of nuts. I think that's 9 now, and I think this is 10. I should really find a way to keep count while I talk, but 11. But there are ways to decrease your shiny odds, such as, well, obviously seeing more Pokemon doesn't really lower your odds. It just, you know, makes it so you can look at more of them. You know, you get more chances if there's a horde here. You know, that just makes sense. That's 13, I believe. 14. 15. However, when you get a shiny charm, your chances increase by 3. So it would be like a 3 in 4,000, right? So 3 times out of every 4,098 times, you would end up getting a shiny. Which is nice. It gives you 2 extra rolls pretty much, which is very awesome. And then you can increase your odds even further by, once you KO 30 of the Pokemon in a specific horde, it gives you 1 more roll, so that'll be a 4 in 4,098. And then if you kill 60, it gives you a 5 in 4,000 chance, roughly. And you can even increase those odds even further by using sandwiches, but I'm not going to be doing that. So my odds are roughly around a little under 1 in 1,000, or a little over 1 in 1,000, which is great. You know, it's 1 in every 1,000, which is nice. And as long as you can respawn Pokemon pretty quickly using the picnic strategy, you should be more than okay. I think that's 25. I didn't count. I'm just guessing. So 27, 28. I should have been counting, because it's important to count, because you don't want to kill too many, because then there won't be too many Pokemon left in the horde. But it does tell you when the horde is running out. As long as you only kill 60, it shouldn't be a problem. Should be nearing 30 about now, so I'll just start with 31 there. 32. 33. 34. 35. 36. Ooh, Ampharos. Ampharos is a really cool shiny 37. I should really go for that at some point. 38. 39. Oh, this is how I got my Arcanine from over here. Oh shit. Don't fight those guys. Okay, I guess you can fight them. 40. No. Nope. Oh, that's not even from that horde. 40. That's not from the same horde over there. Those fungus wouldn't really count. 41. 42. 43. 44. I actually don't know if those fungus would count, but I'm not going to take that chance. Yeah, it's definitely getting lower, which means we're at around 45 right now, but I'm just going to say 44, because it's best to underestimate. And don't worry if I won't accidentally kill... That's 46. I won't accidentally kill a shiny. I don't think auto-battling I don't think even allows you to kill a shiny if one shows up. So, I'll be fine. That's 48. Come on, Metagross, you can get him. You got it. Sometimes auto-battling is just so dumb. I believe that's 50 now. So just a couple more. 51. 52. 53. 54. 55. 56. 57. 58. Alright, so 2 more and I'll be all set. 59. And 60. Alright, which means we are now at really good odds, so we're going to save right here, because I have auto-save off, which I usually do for shiny hunts. Usually when I make a, like a sandwich or something, I usually do that. So now we just start checking them. This is the part where I can really actually turn my brain off a little bit. I don't have to count anymore. I just check all of the fungus that spawn and find a good place. Sometimes it's best to find a place where you can stand in one spot and be able to see all of them, but it doesn't really help in this case because I have to actually look behind them to see the blue. So that won't exactly help. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like a lot of them really spawn at once, and it's because all of their spawn points are probably... It really depends what kind of Pokemon you're shiny hunting, because some of them move really quickly, and if they move really quickly, more will spawn where they were. But fungus don't really move at all. They're not big movers. So it's tough for Pokemon actually, more of them to actually spawn in these specific spots. So we get around maybe 8 each time I refresh the picnic. Man, the suit looks cool. It just kind of looks a little bit like pajamas, if I'm being real. It doesn't really look like a suit, per se. But I'll take it, though. I'll take any sort of purple attire in this game. Just having a purple, anything close to a purple suit in general, with a game as limited in fashion as this one, is really nice. What really peeves me about, like, Pokemon Sword and Shield, or what really peeves me about Scarlet and Violet, sorry, what I really like about Sword and Shield is that they had so many different options for clothing. You got to choose pretty much everything, and there were so many options. There were different stores, and they have that in this game, except you can only buy, like, socks, gloves, and hats, and shit like that, and, like, you can't actually buy any cool outfits. There's no clothing shop for, like, shirts or pants. In fact, all of the shirts and pants you can only wear them as one outfit. You can't have like the purple suit on the top and then jeans on the bottom. You can't do that. It's all saved as one big thing, which is really, really dumb, and it really restricts people's customization when it comes to fashion in this game. And a lot of people really did not like that, and they never changed it. Really sad. I'm hoping for the next Pokemon game they really lean into more of the people being able to wear more stuff, because it allows so much personalization of your character, you know? I think it's important. I think it's important to have it. It may seem like a niche thing, you know, it's a game about Pokemon. Why would we want to wear clothes and have so many clothing options rather than the Pokemon themselves? Why not just add more of those? But, like, I don't know. I like having a purple suit in the game. I like how people can more express themselves with the clothing. I think it's a good thing to have in a game like this. Also, maybe the next one shouldn't lag as much. Because this one sure is something when it comes to lag. Alright, I gotta find a flat spot here to put my picnic table down. It's a very laggy game, and I think there's most of that pretty much comes down to the fact that it's an open world game on the Nintendo Switch, you know? Even Zelda, even that runs at 30 FPS. I mean, this thing barely runs at 30, I'll say that. It's not even 30. This is maybe like 20-ish frames per second. It's pretty bad. But it used to be a lot worse from what I hear. It used to be much, much worse. Very, very interesting. Interesting is a good word for it, I suppose. This one's gonna take a while, I can kind of tell. I'm glad I made myself food before this. I made myself a grilled cheese earlier. And I gotta say, it was scrumptious. It was delectable. I figured out that there used to be a dining hall that I went to at my old school, right? And I would ask for grilled cheese every time because there was one guy who worked there. This one dude, everything else at the dining hall was garbage, but there was this one guy who would make these grilled cheeses. And I don't know what he put in them, but it had this amazing taste. And I think I finally figured it out. You just have to add like a bit of a pinch of salt on each side and make sure when you make it, you gotta make it crispy enough so it really has that, you gotta, like, you can run a knife across it and it's got that nice little, you can tell. Anybody who's done that before knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's hard to explain it, but you need it perfectly crispy so it falls apart in your mouth. It's not too hard, you know, not too crunchy, but still got that crisp, you know? And just add a pinch of salt on top of both sides when you're cooking it. And it brings out a lot of flavor, surprisingly. And I don't know if this is like an obvious thing and like just no one's told me before. But it really does help just adding a little bit of salt to the grilled cheese. And I know grilled cheese is a very plain thing. It's like I'm a bit of a picky guy, so I don't, you know, I don't like foods that are a little too complex, you know? Anything that's a little too strong or weird is gonna throw me off. But grilled cheese, man, those are good. Those are good. I like grilled cheese, alright? It's very simple. You want to win me over? Make me a fucking grilled cheese. And that's what I made myself two, actually. It was a really good type of white bread, 2 slices of cheese on each. Really good. I like it. It was I think I finally perfected it. And it was delicious. I only wish I had made another. That's I guess because I think I would have eaten 3. But frankly, I think I should save all the bread that I have for lunch later this week. And, well, this is what I had for dinner today, but I'm sure I'll use it for lunch later on. I still don't even know what I'm gonna make for myself tomorrow. Ooh. Hello, friend. This is the part that always takes so long, is the actual shiny hunt itself. And the problem with this one that I didn't anticipate was that Fungus don't move from their spots. So when you get a Pokemon like Arcanine or Scizor, they always start running around the second they spawn, so more can spawn in their place, and it spawns like 20 of them every time, and it's super easy to get a shiny from them because you can see them. They're nice and big, their shinies are really obvious, so you can tell when you find it. It's much easier than this. This is absurd. I'm getting like 6 per picnic here. And because of that, I'll probably have to do like, what? 200 picnics, roughly? No. Well, yeah, roughly around 200 picnics. That sounds about right. Maybe like 180, maybe. 180 might be more closer to the amount, but still, that's 180 picnics before I even have a chance of like breaking even with the odds here. That's quite a few. That's quite a few. Like I said, shiny hunts take a while. I should have had a timer. I'm guessing we started somewhere around maybe 6:10. Maybe 6:10. We've been streaming for almost 40 minutes now, but I'm guessing we started the actual shiny hunt itself around 15 minutes ago. So we'll say we started at 6:10. I'll let you know when I'm done. Next time I'm gonna get a timer up and running for the next shiny hunt. I actually don't have one built into the streams as of yet. So I might have to do that, but for now I will just time it with like my phone or something. I don't know. If anyone wants the time, I'll give it to them. Fungus is from the Unova region, I believe. Which, for those of you who don't know, Unova is my favorite region because it's the region I actually started playing Pokemon with. I grew up with that. Gen 5 was my childhood. And it was really good. It got me hooked. Gen 5 is, I mean, this shouldn't surprise anyone because Gen 5 has been pretty praised by almost every Pokemon fan now. And what's funny is that a lot of people didn't actually like it when it came out. Everybody was like, oh, why are they rebooting fucking Pokemon? What the fuck are they doing? I can't use my old Pokemon. Sorry for my language. But you know, I think people obviously came around, you know, and grew to like it, as I did. Well, I didn't grow to like it. I just liked it the second I played it. Might be a little bit of bias because it's how I was introduced to the game, but I don't know. I feel like the Unova region had one. I mean, they had a bunch of Pokemon, right? They added a bunch of Pokemon when it came out, like more, almost as much as the original game, if not more, right? Something like that, around the same amount, and all of them were really solid. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of most of the Pokemon in like gens like 2 and 4. 2 and 4 to me are like okay. It's gens like 1 and 3 that I thought were really good in terms of Pokemon. And then of course Gen 5 with some more really solid Pokemon. So those are the ones that I like the most, I'd say. Anything down here? I know you guys aren't really a part of the horde, but no. Nothing. They poke their Pokeball at me if I get close. That's nice. I could just look at all of them at once there. It's definitely a bit of a controversial topic, talking about which Pokemon generations are good and bad, because everybody has their own choice words about that. But I think if I were to rank all of the regions, I would have to say Gen 5 is obviously the best. Then I'm gonna say Gen 1, mostly just because, you know, it's the original designs, you know. It's got Pikachu in it. Everybody loves Pikachu, right? It's iconic, you know. It's got to be in second place because it's just iconic. It's not my personal favorite, but it's a close second. And then we've got, I want to say Gen 3. Gen 3 is, yeah, probably the next one. It had some really good ones, and I love the starters from it. You know, it's got Mudkip, like Swampert, it's got Blaziken, it's got Trico. Such great starters, so incredibly solid. And it's one of the games where it's like I've really got to choose between all the starters because I have no idea which one I'm going to pick, you know? I have no idea. And it's like the same as the Unova region because I like all three of the starters. Kanto kind of falls short of that because, yeah, I don't like Venusaur. But I like Charizard and Blastoise, so... And there's such solid designs, too, so... So, yeah, first place, Unova region, Gen 5. Second place, Gen 1. Third place, Gen 3. And then, after that... what am I thinking? Gen... I want to say... I'll say Gen 4. Why not? I think Gen 4 had some okay Pokemon. You know what? No. No, I'm not going to say Gen 4. I'm gonna take a second before I decide that. I do like the Galar region Pokemon. Gen, what is that, 8? It's Gen 8. It had some really solid ones. Do we count the Hisuian Pokemon with Gen 8 as well? Because if that's the case, then I think Gen 8 might be taking the cake there. You know what? Yeah. I'm giving Gen 8 the cake there, because it also has Duraludon, and he's pretty cool. After that, I'd probably put Gen 4. And then I would put honestly, Gen 9. Gen 9 has some really solid Pokemon, like the Paradox Pokemon, some upgraded versions of some really good Pokemon like King Gambit, which is an evolution of a Unovan Pokemon, which I really like. You know how I feel about that. And Archelodon, which is pretty awesome. I love Archelodon. The legendaries of Gen 9, really weak though. Really weak. And I should probably take those into consideration moving on with the last few options. I said Gen 4 already, right? Then I think I would go with like Gen 2 and then like after Gen 2 I would say maybe it's a tie between Kalos and Sun and Moon at the moment. I can't think which one I don't like more, you know? It's like they're both kind of mid. I really was just kind of like whatever with those additions. Kalos added like almost nothing. And then Sun and Moon also added almost nothing. I guess it did have a sandcastle though. It had some cool theming with Alola and all that, but even then, like, damn, I don't know. It's such a... You know what? I'm gonna have to put Kalos first. And mostly it's because of Greninja. I mean, he's in Smash Bros. For Christ's sake. And as much as I like the starters for Sun and Moon, there's just nothing else besides them that I can think about that I like. You know? Maybe Necrozma. But even then, I like Zygarde more than Necrozma. In terms of legendaries, I mean... there are a lot of cool legendaries. I think... some of the coolest legendaries I really do like Mewtwo. You know what? No, there's one that I like more than Mewtwo, and it's kind of not fair as to why. And it's Mega Rayquaza, which I guess counts as Rayquaza as well, because I prefer Rayquaza over Mewtwo. I think Rayquaza is one of the coolest. That's why he got a Mega. It's pretty awesome. And, yeah, I guess Mewtwo also had 2 Megas, so that's pretty good. But I'd say he's also pretty good, so I don't mind that at all. I really like the Reshiram, Zekrom, and Kyurem thing. How, like, they fuse, and, like, you know, white and black Kyurem are really sick. And I wish we got to see a combined form of all 3 of them. I feel like Pokemon should take notes and make a black and white game with that in mind. I think we need that. I think everybody could do with seeing the final, like, dragon. Because in the lore, it says that Kyurem, Reshiram, and Zekrom used to all be one big dragon Pokemon. And there are so many dragon types in Unova as well, which is also so sick. It's really cool. So there's that. I really like Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina, and, like, Arceus because of their lore. And, like, they have a lot of lore, those 4. They literally created the universe, you know, so it's pretty awesome. I like how they do the time and the space thing. I don't like their new forms that they got. I think the origin forms of Dialga and Palkia look really dumb. I won't lie. I think they look a little stupid. Jesus, this jacket is a little itchy. But yeah, those forms, they look dumb. Sorry to say it. If you don't agree, that's too bad. I just think they look bad and I'll never use them. I'm never gonna use those forms. And frankly, I don't think anyone else uses them either. I've never seen them used in, like, competitive play or anything. I don't think they're very relevant. I'll be honest. But Giratina's origin form is cool, mostly because that came before, so I just think the color schemes for the origin forms of Dialga and Palkia just are a little you know? That perfect blue and silver that Dialga had going on was ruined by this, like, cyan kind of thing that he has going on, and it looks really dumb. I won't lie to him. Like, I don't wanna make the guy feel bad or anything, but really, it's not great. It's not great. I'm so sorry. Same thing goes with Palkia. It's like a lighter pink that really doesn't work, you know? I guess that's nitpicky, but I mean, no, it's not. That's not nitpicky. It's his entire color scheme that they ruined. And it doesn't look as grand anymore. Although I guess with the origin form, maybe that's what they were going for. Since it's supposed to be less grand and more of, like, its origins. But, like, yuck. Doesn't change my opinion on it that much. Arceus, I think he's cool. I just, you know, whatever. He's God, you know. But Necrozma had some cool stuff. His fusions with Lunala and Solgaleo were cool. But what really pisses me off, what really grinds my gears, is that they got a final form in Ultra Necrozma where you can merge with both. I don't think that's how it actually works. I don't think you merge with both, but either way, there's a combined form where I think the lore is that he absorbs the power of both of them. And, oh man, it was so cool. He got a final form and all that. It was sick. I mean, it's never come back since, probably because it was way too OP, but really, I wish we had that. It's so cool. It's so cool. And it just, the only reason I don't like it as much is because they didn't give that treatment to Reshiram, Zekrom, and Kyurem, which the Pokemon that I really like, you know? It's such a shame. Such a damn shame that it couldn't have happened for the Unova Pokemon. I think I'm gonna take the jacket off for a little bit. It's getting a little itchy. I'm gonna take a blanket though and wrap it around me. This is Ari's blanket. Ugh. There we go. It's Ari's blankie. It's much softer than the suit, I'll tell you that. Oh, it's so much nicer. Yeah. This is it. Maybe it'll have good luck and it'll get me an Amoonguss. Or a Foongus, whatever. A shiny shiny Foongus Amoonguss. It would just be really funny to have a shiny Amoonguss. And then, if anyone has an idea of what to name it, let me know. Because I don't know what I'm going to name it quite yet, so if I like it, I might just name it that. But we'll see. Hello? Look at all the fungus down here. Hello, guys. I wish more of you would spawn, but unfortunately the horde is like stuck in this wall right here. So half of them just don't spawn. They don't spawn as much as they normally would because of that, I believe. Hello, Altaria. I'm pretty sure I actually have a shiny Altaria, which is pretty cool. I think it's yellow. Maybe I don't, actually. I think I do in Pokemon Go. I mean, I'm actually curious now. I kind of want to see if I do have one. Is this a shiny Spoink? It is. Oh, that one looks iffy. There is no shiny Altaria in here. So I didn't have one. I lied. Maybe I have one in Pokemon Go, or maybe I just completely imagined it. I mean, it is a cool shiny. What, it's yellow at first? I don't know if it turns pink or if it just stays yellow. For some reason, I'm thinking it turns pink, but I'm not actually too certain about that. That could just be me imagining things. Oh, two of them spawned right here. That's interesting. There are two, I swear. Yep. Imagine one of them was the shiny, but I couldn't reach it because it was stuck in the other one. And then it ran away when I accidentally battled the other one. That would have been rough. I could have actually just auto-battled one of them, and then it would not kill the shiny. So I guess there is a one way out of that scenario. Although knowing me, it would probably just kill it anyway in the auto-battle, even though it's not supposed to. Red, red, red. It's so much red. Can we just get a blue one? A purple one? Come on. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Is it red or blue? Or, sorry, is it purple or blue? It looks more purplish to me. Maybe like an indigo. Maybe that's it. Indigo. Like the indigo disc from this game. No. Damn. So I've gotten to a point where if I stand up here, it'll spawn like 7 of them. Sometimes. Just a couple hundred more to break even with the odds here. Not a couple more, probably like, I've done maybe, I don't know how many. I've lost count. Well, I was never counting, so. No, it always spawns 6, not 7. I don't think it's 1-6. 6:44, which means we've been going for 34 minutes, roughly. Yeah, a little over half an hour. Not bad, not bad. I would expect the shiny hunt to take maybe an hour to 2 hours. I mean, for a shiny hunt as lackluster as this, where it only spawns like 6 or 7, it could take longer. Could take much longer, honestly. I got an itch on my back. Alright, let's go exploring. How are you guys today? None of you are shiny. I actually don't care about you guys. I should count how many I actually see. It's 1, 2, 3. 3 down here. 4, 5, 6. 6 of them. Great. 6. If I go all the way down here and I go back up, is it gonna spawn more than before? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they could spawn an extra one over here. What do you know? 5, 6, 7. Okay. Well, that spawns an extra one. The reason I'm not using Miraidon is because I want to give the Pokemon time to spawn when I'm not in the zone. Like, cause if I'm close like this, they're not gonna spawn up here. You might realize. And so I gotta travel a decent distance away, but once I travel down here to check these, it should give them enough time to spawn in up there. Like that. And I think if I did it with Miraidon, I would do it too quick, and they wouldn't have time to spawn. I don't really know if that would be the case every time, but from past experiences, it looks like sometimes not using Miraidon is just kind of better. Do any of you have one? No, you don't. Oh, one didn't spawn up there. One didn't spawn up here either. What? You guys are ridiculous. Come on, spawn in. Alright, well at least I got one more out of that. Oh, Heracross, hello. Maybe I'll try it with Miraidon. See if going any faster will harm my chances. I think it will, but if it doesn't, then that would be fantastic. Because it would speed up the process by a tiny bit. It's a little tougher to see them. Would be my one gripe there. Red. Red. And red. That might have been faster. think swinging around this way also helps them spawn up there. And another one spawn down here. Look at you. Okay, definitely one was up there. But it despawned. Another one spawned in its place. Okay, we're getting about 7 spawning now at about the same rate because we're using the bike. That's just science right there. It's like game theory. They call me game theory because I'm always Matt patting around. Come on back, buddies. At least this is faster than most other shiny grinds. I mean, there are some times where, I mean, shiny odds used to be 1 in 8,000. There was no way to lower them at all. But now, at least in an open world game, you can see them, which means you can encounter so many more. You know? Before. Yeah. You can encounter much more of them. You can see a bunch. OMG, is he gonna catch them all? Just one, maybe. That's the hope. Just one particular Pokemon. Oh shit. I thought he was charging after me. For a second there. Thought he was gonna get me. Nice. Thanks. Thanks, I appreciate that. I appreciate all the support. We're gonna get one. Yeah, on the next picnic. I can guarantee it. I can literally guarantee it. We're gonna get one. 100% chance. If we get one here, I will be very happy. You know, it's a stupid Nintendo game, so why would it want to see me happy, right? Pokemon Company's always just kind of been a little on the downhill as of recently. What's up, little mushroom people? Wow, so many of you spawned right there, and yet none of them were the ones I wanted. Awesome. Ooh, any of you? Maybe? Ah, go to hell. You know what? I'll take him out. Might as well. I think he deserves it. Bye-bye. Hopefully that doesn't break my streak. And, like, then I would have to, like, start over and kill 60 more of these guys. Although I don't think that's the case. I don't think it works like that. Although I don't actually know. So it could actually very well work like that. And it would be a very unfortunate day for me. Because then this would take a lot longer. Any blue or purple? I think it's purple. Any purple on these Among Us here? None on you. It's very relaxing. I mean, as tedious as shiny hunting is, it's like I can just kind of turn my brain off and just look for the little bits of the shiny that'll stand out, and I can just kind of sit here. It's great. Now I know why I did this over the summer. I did so many shiny hunts over the summer. It was kind of crazy. Shiny hunting is what saved me from what's possibly one of the worst airport days of my life. No, without a doubt, the worst day at an airport in my entire life, I think. Without a doubt. So, for those of you who don't know, I went on a vacation this summer. I went to Europe for the first time, which was very cool. My family invited me on the trip, so I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll go to Europe, sure. And, well, most of Europe, I don't think, it just wasn't really my thing. I was happy to go home, because it just was was very jarring and very different. That's something people don't tell you about different countries. It's like so different. And all the comforts that I had at home, I didn't really have there. And it felt really weird. And I'm sure a lot of people would probably really love these places. It's just me as a individual. I wasn't too crazed about it. And a lot of where we were was really hot, and we walked a lot. We did a lot of walking and hiking and lots of stairs and shit like that. Oh! That's a shiny! Oh, damn! Yeah! Okay. Wow. That was easy. That was less than an hour. Holy shit! Yeah! Okay. First shiny of the stream. Should we catch this one in a Master Ball since it looks like a Master Ball? I mean, okay. That looks purple to me. If you put it right next to the Master Ball there. Yeah, that's purple right there. Ooh, it'd be really funny to catch it in a Master Ball. I'm pretty sure you can get more Master Balls in this game if you grind it out a bunch. I'm using a Master Ball. Fuck it. Oh, I'm trying to swear less. Damn it. But, you know, this is a big moment. This is a big moment, okay? We caught the shiny Foongus. That's the first shiny of the stream. There we go, boys. First shiny of the stream. Wow, that was fantastic. I was expecting that to take like another hour or something like that. I was totally ready to plant my feet here and wait. Oh man. Well, what do I name this thing? I need a name for this. How do can I actually change its nickname? Check summary. I go into the summary and I can change its nickname. I remember. Oh man, what do I name this? I wonder. I mean, the obvious thing would be to name it something Among Us Yeah, I mean, I think we all knew where this was going when I got it. We all know. I think I've come to terms with it. There's gonna be no better name than that. I think we all have to agree there. We're never gonna find a better name. Man, should we fight one of these guys? I'm gonna actually put in Superior here, and you guys are gonna see something really cool here. I love this. So Superior is really fun for me because he has a very cool little ability, and it makes some of his moves here much stronger. And I made it so he's more of like a siphoning kind of character, but also really offensive as well. Very offensive. And what makes him do that is, if you go to Superior here, his ability is Contrary, which for those of you who don't know what Contrary does, well, I'm going to show you. So let's use Leaf Storm, and hopefully it hits. This is a very low accuracy move, so it might not actually hit. Well, it's 90% accuracy, but it doesn't feel like it sometimes. And it harshly lowers the user's special attack stat. Alright, so let's use Leaf Storm. Hopefully it doesn't kill him, although... Oh, it did. Well, it actually raises my special attack sharply. Basically, what the ability Contrary does is it ends up... Oh, I should just keep him in, even though it's a fire and flying type. I think I can still take him out because I have the boosted special attack. It basically reverses, so if a stat were to be lowered, it would actually be raised. And if a stat was going to be raised, it would actually lower it. So Superior does not like getting buffs, but it loves getting debuffs. So it works really well against Pokemon with Intimidate, Pokemon, or a move that'll lower some of its stats because then it'll just raise them. So it's really, really awesome. So yeah, that's pretty fun. I might give him a different item though, because as much as I love having him siphon things with the big root, so like Giga Drain does more health, restores more health, I kind of want to increase his accuracy instead, because Leaf Storm is so essential to land, and like that 10% chance that it'll miss, it happens a lot more than 10%, I feel like. So I think there's an item where we can actually increase our accuracy, so we're gonna look for it. Bright Powder? No, that lowers the accuracy of the opponent's moves. There is definitely something that increases accuracy. I don't know where it is. I don't have one. Is it the Wise Glasses? It's one of these. Maybe Wide Lens. Oh, slightly boost the accuracy. Okay. What moves do you have, Samurott? How do I check his moves? Oh, it's in here. Ah. So he has... What? Ceaseless Edge. Oh, its accuracy is also 90%. Damn. Also, Razor Shell's 95. Honestly, it's not as bad of a thing if Ceaseless Edge misses. It really matters if Leaf Storm misses, because that's usually my like trapped card. So I think I'm gonna take that item away from Samurott and give it to Superior. So I'm gonna give him a different item. What could you give to a Hisuian Samurott that would help it? It's a very good question, actually. I don't know. Leftovers wouldn't really help. That would not help. Choice Scarf could actually be good, because he really only uses one move when he's on the field, right? It would be nice to give him a little bit of extra speed. It just reduces so much of his Causing flinches could be nice. Protecting it from additional effects of moves. I might give him the covert cloak just for now until I can find an actual good item for him. And then we give... Where was the accuracy thing? Where did it go? Wide lens. Okay. I think that will help Superior. I don't know if that'll make it 100% accuracy, but it will be at least close. Ooh, nice try. Nice try, buddy. So what other shinies do we have in the world here that we can hunt? We have the Dragonair, but I honestly don't want to go for it because it's in the water, and that's going to be painful to go for. We have something in Kitakami, I feel like. Oh yeah, the Litwick. Let's actually see where the Litwick actually is, because if it's in a good spot and a lot of Litwick spawn, then I might go for the shiny. I think it's easy to spot. It's just blue instead of purple, right? It's a light blue instead of a dark purple flame. It doesn't have much to differentiate it, but we'll see what happens. Look at all these guys up here. These are cool. I'm in awe right now. Very cool.
Thanks, man.
Oh, you're here. Alright.
Yeah,
Hello.
I was watching. What up?
I just caught
I'm
a
learning
shiny
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go try and find another now. Okay, where does this spawn? How have you been today? Perfect.
Dude, I'm amazing. How you been
Amazing.
doing, bro?
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good, I'd say. Where does this thing spawn? I think I'm currently just trying to find out where this Litwick actually spawns. It's not right here. Maybe it's in like the caves underneath this area. That would make sense. Is there another cave? Oh yeah, there's a cave like right down here. Is this the right spot? It's close to the right spot, but it's not. Okay, there are caves to get further down into the caves. I think that's where it is. And the only question is, where are those caves? What are you up to, Perfect?
Playing on the SMP.
Oh, the SMP. Very fun. Very fun.
Yeah, it's building the Home Depot up. And my boy Jeremy right here.
The Home Depot, of course. Of course.
Yeah, the stapled SMP.
Mm-hmm. Everybody loves Home Depot. Never seen a person who didn't like it.
Facts, man.
Do they spawn, like, at the top of this thing? No, I don't think so. So there's definitely a cave. Somewhere. It's just how to get in is eluding me. Unless they really do just spawn on top of this kind of mountain here. Could be that they only spawn at night as well. And now it's nighttime, so that would be nice, but if they only spawn at night, I'm not going to shiny hunt that. Oh, look at that. There's one. I have a feeling that they actually do just spawn at night here. And the horde just spawned in a very bad spot. Yeah, that is the case, I think. Okay, well, since that's a thing, we're gonna reset and look for a different shiny. So, there's a little trick we can do. First of all, I kind of want to find one in Blueberry. Those ones seem a little bit more fun. Alright, we're gonna go to our settings. We're gonna go to our date and time. We're just gonna move the day up a couple. Alright. And that should reset it. Yes, it did. We have Oshawott. I already have plenty of Oshawott, so I'm not going to be going for that. Oh, we could go for a Grookey. That could be fun. We already have Growlithe. Anything useful in this region? I would love to find like a horde of Charcadet, but that's also really hard. It's really hard to see his shiny. So that'd be a bit of a tough one. I don't want a shiny hunt Grookey. I'm gonna keep looking. We already have Scizor, we already have Tepig. Slacking would be a crazy one, but not my thing. Nothing in here. Ooh, what does a shiny Annihilape look like? I'm curious if it looks any different from an actual, like, Annihilape. I'm gonna check. I don't want to go for Dreadnought, because that thing, as cool as it is, it spawns in the water. Okay, shiny Annihilape. If it looks like the exact same, I'm not gonna go for it. It has blue arms instead of gray arms. I mean, that's okay, I suppose. I mean, it is a little bit more blue than the regular one. You know what? Let's go for it. I think that's a pretty cool one. I have never seen a Primeape horde. Oh, that might be in a bad spot. We're gonna see. We'll check it out, and if we think it's a good spot, we'll shiny hunt it. We'll see though. When it's on the edge of a mountain like that, it could be really tough for them to spawn, and that's a whole hassle. It should be just up north here. This is... Oh no, it should be south of us actually. I'm going the wrong way. So it would be roughly around here. Yeah, it would honestly be spawning like right up there. Maybe some of them will spawn down here. Anything? Okay, I don't even see any of them down here. So, not too sure how good that's gonna be. I think they're all spawning up top here. If they're even spawning up here. No, they're not. Okay. Well, I definitely can't shiny hunt in a horde that doesn't even really exist. So we're gonna do a different one. Damn, that would have been cool too. Alright, what's over here now? Did it even change? No, it didn't. It was weird. Yeah, we'll just skip 2 days. It makes it easier. Ooh. What kind of shiny does he look like? Okay, I'm gonna have to check that one. We'll check what Electros looks like. Or Eel Electros, because like an eel. Yeah, that's the... I think that's the bit they were going for. A shiny Glalie, I don't know if that's any different. Tatsugiri, that thing, the fish. Okay, we're gonna look and see what Electros looks like. Shiny Electros. It's green. It's like a really weird green. Let's go see how many would actually spawn in the horde. It's in the Chargestone Cavern. So it could be that just not a lot of them are actually going to spawn in this horde, but we'll take a look. I mean, it does kind of look cool. It's a very interesting typing as well, with electric and water. So where does it spawn? It spawns somewhere down here? Yeah, it's like right in there. How many would actually spawn? I see 1 and 2 and 3. Okay. 4. Okay. They look really cool. I think I'm gonna go for it. It should be easy to tell when there's a green one. Let's do it. Okay, let's get... Yeah, Superior should be able to kill these guys. 1, 2... Why is it not super effective? I thought grass was super effective against water. Four. 5. 6. 7. Just need more of them to spawn now. So we're just gonna sit down a picnic and hopefully that fixes it. There's another one. Oh, this is 9, I believe. 10. Wow, even less of these ones spawn than the... What was it? I don't remember the other one. Fungus. That's what it was. Yeah, these things are pretty uncommon. 12. It's 13. Oh. Running into a Joltec. Goody. Are we getting any more here? Okay. There we go. 15. 16. Not a lot of these things spawn. Do they spawn on top of the crystal? No, it doesn't look like it. Gotta wait for another one to spawn, I suppose. Can probably reset the spawns if I just go outside and back in. Nope, not you. I don't want you. Oh, 3 of them spawned. Perfect. I think that's 20 right there. Next, this 21. 22. 23. 24. Ooh. 25. 26. 27. Yeah, they're spawning now. What are you dying to? I'm level 98. It's in 28, right? I think I'm at 28 Electros. That's 29. That's 30. And that's 31. Ooh. Leave me alone, Rotom. I'm gonna save there with 31. Try and get to 60. 32. 33. 34. 35. 36. Ooh, 3 of them. 4 of them. 37. 38. 39. And 40. Alright. Slowly but surely getting there. 41. 42. 42. It might honestly be easier to just run into the caves for this one. 43. Like to reset them. 44. 45. No, go for that one. 46. Really? Is grass weak against electric? Huh, I thought it was the other way around for the longest time. Okay. This next one will be 47. No thank you. Seven. Come on. It's 48. 49. 50. We're getting close. That's 51. 52. 52. 53. That's 53 right there. 54. 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. We're gonna do 2 more just for good measure after this guy. No, we'll do 3. Just to be extra certain that we've done enough. Fantastic. We're gonna save there. We've gotten 60 of them. Alright, now you, my friends, we are just gonna check you all out and then leave and come back a bunch of times. It spawns like up to 4. Sometimes like 1 to 4 of these Electros will spawn at this jewel here. And that's not a lot of Electros. Not a lot at all. And one of them is just gonna be green. Hopefully. I don't know what the green's actually gonna look like. Because they're already a little green. You can kind of see it, but it's more green. Oh, I should probably change the shiny hunt image here to a shiny Electros. Hold on. So we're just gonna change that to this dude. Let's make it a little bigger so we can actually see the guy. Alright. Oh, why are we fighting you? We don't want to fight you. Thank you. Is Superior level 100 now? Did I see that right? Wow, he is. Fantastic. Good job, buddy. That's one. That's two. Are any of you a lighter shade of green? No. You're not. That's unfortunate. They keep getting in the way. Well, that's a smaller, less evolved version of one. Really? You're just gonna get in my way, huh? That's fine. Should I maybe... What type is he? I'm curious. I can probably look it up in the Pokedex here. Which is this button. It would be in Blueberry. And Electros. It's one of these. It'll show up eventually. Alright, it is, I think, a water and electric type, is it not? Details. It's just pure electric. I didn't know that, actually. I was hoping it was part water, so I could, nope. Because if it was part water, then I would be able to... lure them out with like a water shiny sandwich and then get rid of all the other electric types in here that are conflicting with, like Plusle, Minium. So if I did an electric shiny sandwich, I would still get all of those guys bothering me. So it wouldn't really make a difference. I can't believe he's not a water type. Does he learn any water type moves? He's an eel, for Christ's sakes. He's an electric eel. It doesn't make sense why he doesn't have the water type. You'd think he'd have it. But I guess pure electric is not a bad type at all. I mean, it's... electric is pretty good. Wow, that's a lot of Chespin. I have a feeling this one is gonna take a while. It's clearly a bit of a tough one to encounter. And they only spawn like right next to these rocks, the giant glowing charge stones. Well, that was quite a few of them. please go away. I don't want you, I'm just looking for these guys. You're all normal. Anyway, I suppose I can continue my... Oh, fuck. I can continue my story before of Europe and the airport and why shiny hunting is so special to me. So, after my trip to Europe, I was really glad to be going home, right? And there were a lot of flights to get back, right? So I had to take one 3-hour flight, then an 9-hour flight, and then 2 1.5-hour flights the next day, right? So the first 3-hour flight was okay, and then the 9-hour flight was really just... Oh, I got through it eventually. After 9 long hours on a plane, I was exhausted. And here's the thing. I can't, like, sleep on planes. And at this point, it was like, we started like 6 o'clock in the morning, and it was nearing about 5 o'clock at night. So for 9 more hours, and that's getting pretty late. You know, I need sleep. Actually, it might have been even later than that. It might have been like 7 or 8 that we actually started flying. In whatever time zone I was in. I don't really know. It was all very... it was a lot. And so, I had to have been awake for at least 24 hours straight at that point. Wherever I was. And so when I got off that plane, I went straight to the hotel room in the city I landed in. And it was like so good to be able to sleep after all that, because it was kind of crazy. But I had 2 flights the next day, and then I'd be home. And it was the day of Ari and I's anniversary. So obviously I wanted to be home in time for that, and, you know, have dinner with Ari and all that, you know, like a good boyfriend probably should, right? Little did I know, this was the day that Windows would decide that it didn't want to work anymore. And I don't know if everybody remembers this day too well, but there was a day over the summer where some intern pushed out an update at Windows or something. I don't remember what it actually was. I don't remember why, but for some reason a bunch of Windows computers just weren't working. That included airports. So flights were getting pushed back by a long time. And I had to, you know, my connecting flight was literally an hour after the other flight. Right? So my flight keeps getting delayed, and I'm like, dude, I'm not going to be able to make my next flight. Like, I would have to fly into JFK and then fly to my next stop, right? So I'm like, wow, I need to really, like, figure out a way to get on this other plane, because if I get on this flight, I might be stuck in JFK overnight. And possibly longer. That for me wasn't it, like, I really wanted to get home at this point. I was so unbelievably exhausted from this trip, and I just wanted to be home and comfortable again. And I didn't know if I was gonna get home that day. It was really, really bad. I was really, really upset because I wanted to be there for our anniversary because it's an important thing. And I'm like, oh man, am I gonna get home on time? What if something happens at the airport? That would suck. Lo and behold, something happened at the airport. The worst thing that could possibly happen. I started discussing, I called my mom and I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know how to get out of this airport right now. I don't know if I should wait it out, because if I wait it out, I'm going to miss my connecting flight. So I did some thinking, and I was almost going to buy a train ticket to take a 6-hour train to get remotely close to where I needed to go, right? The train was sold out though, so I couldn't do that. And honestly, that would have been so painful to do, and I would have gotten in. It's just, I would have hated doing that. I don't like riding on trains. Oh, I love riding on trains, but not this specific train. It would have actually been kind of awful, especially with how crowded the train was, because apparently it was sold out. So couldn't even get on it anyway. Great. So at that point, I could have either gone home and driven myself 6 hours the next day to get to where I was going, or I could just... I didn't even know what I was going to do. So I just decided to wait. And I tried to talk to the staff. I'm like, I got a connecting flight. I don't want to miss it. You know? Could you at least let the other flight know that my flight is delayed? And they're like, maybe. They were not very helpful. I tried to be as cooperative as possible, and I know they had a lot going on, but the people actually who were actually working there that day were just kind of sitting there. Because the computers just weren't working. So they really couldn't do shit. But they could have called the other airport, let them know. Could have called JFK and been like, hey, we're having some computer troubles here. I don't know how widespread the problem was at that point. I didn't know if JFK would have had the same issue or not. I was hoping they would. And at the end of the day, I just chose to wait. My flight was delayed by maybe like 3 hours, and I got there really early in the morning, so I was already really tired because, as much sleep as I got as much sleep as I could, but, there's only so much you can get when you have to leave early in the morning for a flight, and you got in really late at night, so it really, it was kind of crazy. So I waited, I finally got on the plane. We're finally, actually boarding. And I'm just really excited to get to my nice window seat, be able to look out the window, and have a nice flight to JFK. And this lady, bless her soul and all that, whatever there, is in my seat. And I'm like, oh, okay, we're sitting together. That makes sense. I mean, I'm looking at the seating assignment. I clearly have the window seat here, so I'm just going to be like, excuse me, I think you're in my spot. And so I do. I say that as kindly as possible. Excuse me, I think you might be in my seat. And the lady just looks at me, kind of gives a little scoff, and then moves her bag off of the other seat. That being the aisle seat instead of the window seat. Normally, this wouldn't really make me too upset. I mean, I'd be like, oh, just whatever. But this has been a rough day, and I just wanted to have a window seat so I could actually just get some sunlight in me, because I've been sitting in an airport for ages. So I really just wanted to have that one thing, right? And I couldn't have it. And I wasn't about to say anything. I wasn't about to say it again. It's like, no, that is my spot, the one you're sitting in. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to pull this old lady out of this seat. You know what the real bitch of it all is? She didn't even open the window. She kept it closed the whole time. She didn't even want to look out the window. That, to me, that was rough. I also like to rest myself on the window and the wall of the plane. So I like to rest myself there so I can actually, sleep a little bit. which would have been awesome. Unfortunately, that was not how it happened. And to make it just all the better, because it just keeps going. The day just keeps going. The lady just starts coughing like crazy. And I'm talking these sounded like really like a sickness kind of cough. You know? I didn't think this was some sort of like medical condition. This seemed like the lady was sick. And it was bad. Ooh, it didn't feel great. I was really, at that point, I'm like, great. I mean, I might as well just, if I had the window seat, I might just jump, you know? I might, wouldn't it just be fun to just, if I just got out of the plane right now, anywhere would be better than this, all right? Anyone have any parachutes? I'll just drop down myself. I'll see you guys at JFK. I was so fed up with everything at that point. I had a mask in my backpack, actually, left over from the good old pandemic. So I was able to put that on, thankfully. And the flight attendant comes up to me and she's like, "Excuse me, sir, are you sick?" And I'm just like, "Nope, I just don't want to be." Because oh my God, I was so done. I just wanted people to leave me alone. And at that point, all the airports were in, everything was crowded because everybody was trying to get everywhere. It was so bad. Thankfully, Ari was reassuring me, though, and spent our anniversary sitting at her laptop, tracking flights, and making sure that I was actually going to get home on time. So, if you guys need to know if I made the right choice with Ari, that's it right there. I made the right choice, I think. Because, I mean, who out there would just be okay with spending their entire anniversary staring at a computer, hoping that their boyfriend will actually, like, show up? That must have been hard, and I felt so bad. But I was really, really thankful because I was having a really shitty day. And I just wanted to be home. So, there was that. And so we finally arrive at JFK, and I got off of that plane so fast. I was like, move! And at that point, if my flight had been on time at JFK, I would have missed it, Thankfully, JFK was having a very similar problem. In fact, it was actually worse than where I was before. I guess I could say where I was before. It was Boston. I was in Boston before. And so I flew from Logan to JFK, which is a great time. Yo! Oh my God! That was quick! That was very quick. That's it, right? Yeah, it's green. Oh my God. Well, there we go, boys. That's the second shiny of the stream right there. That's the second one. Now, what do we catch this in? That's the question. We could catch it in a friend ball. Friend ball could be cool. Let's try a friend ball. It kind of matches the color scheme of the red, yellow, and green. I only have one, though, so if it breaks out, then great. Discharge doesn't kill it, right? Discharge doesn't deal health. Okay. Thank God. A net ball, maybe? I might just use a dusk ball, honestly. I just kind of want to catch it. There we go. We got it. Fantastic. That's 2 this stream now. That is 2 shinies. Wow, that one took even shorter, I feel like. And it was really, really hard to farm these ones, too. Oh, Charmeleon's evolving. I feel like he was able to do that for quite some time. I just didn't battle anything. We finally got our shiny Charizard. Ooh, so cool. He looks so much better in this game than he did in Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield Charizard looked terrible, but his facial features are so much more defined in this game. It looks so much more intimidating. Do we want to learn Air Slash? I guess. I don't know. I'll teach him actual moves later. Okay. Well, shiny Electros. That was a lot. That was pretty painful. I won't lie. That was a tough one. I must say that was a tough one. But damn, does he look cool. Oh man, that's sick. So what moves does he learn? I'm curious. He knows a bunch of poison type moves. I guess that makes sense, I suppose. Zap Cannon. Ooh. Oh, its accuracy is 50%. That's why. Crush Claw. Is that all the moves he knows? Wow, he does not learn a lot of moves. He knows Acid. Great. Okay, are these signature moves that he has right here? Gastro Acid. It hurls its stomach acids at the target. The fluid eliminates the effect of the target's ability. It gets rid of a target's ability. That's interesting. Coil. It increases its accuracy. Well, I guess that would be good if you... I mean, Discharge and Wild Charge are some pretty good attacks. Is he more of a special attacker or an attacker? He has... Okay, looks like 185 for attack, so... that looks to be where his strengths are. So Discharge isn't going to be too crazy. I mean, it's okay. And then Wild Charge then would most likely be his best electric type move at the moment. Unless he learns any better ones. We'll see. We might see what we can do with him. You know, it could be fun. And he has Levitate too, which he's a pure electric type, right? So electric types only have one weakness, and that's ground. Electros has Levitate, which makes you immune to ground type moves. This dude has no weaknesses. Not a single one. I mean, that's pretty cool. He has no weaknesses and a bunch of resistances. I actually don't know how many resistances Electric actually has. Maybe he doesn't have any. So I think everybody hits him for neutral damage, but that's still really good. I'm gonna use the bathroom now that we got him. And I will be right back, and we will do another shiny hunt. Damn. I'm still so shocked that we got it that early. That's impressive. I mean, not impressive. It's just really lucky. That was less than an hour. I mean, we had to have only searched maybe like a couple hundred Electros at that point. Maybe not even a couple hundred. That was really, really above odds. Very cool. I mean, I'll take it. We can shiny hunt another Pokemon. Wow. Our first shiny box is almost full. That's always cool. Now, I think we don't have any extra, like, cool Pokemon in here, do we now? We need to change our time of day again for that. I'll continue the airport story once I reset this here. What do we have this time? A Rufflet? I don't really want a Rufflet. I don't want a Numel. I don't want a Sneasel. I don't want a Mightyena. I don't want a Graveler. So none of those really. We'll search again. Scizor. We already have a shiny Scizor. He looks really cool. We already have shiny Metagross. We actually have another one that I was going to give to Ari, but Ari hasn't played this game in a while, so I just kind of have one left over. We have shiny... Oh, we have Mankey down here. That could be a much easier place to get an Annihilape if the hordes actually show up. A horde of Gyarados. That is pretty cool. That'd be an easy shiny to find. It's just really laggy over there, so I don't really want to know. I don't really know if I want to do that on stream. I feel like that would be a bit of a disturbance for most of you. It would be so laggy. Unbelievably laggy. I would rather go for a shiny Magikarp at that point. I would rather have the golden Magikarp rather than a red Gyarados. I'll be honest. Maybe get two, you know, so I can evolve one. Alright, the Mankey outbreak is right here. It's a nice flat piece of land, so a bunch of Mankey would most likely spawn here. Yeah, look at how many spawn here. That's good. I think we should save here. We just got a shiny Electros. We should probably... Okay, let me just do the counting, which might take me a second. I think Gardevoir does super effective damage. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, 10, I suppose. Gardevoir killed a Mankey while I wasn't looking. 11. 12. Okay, while they spawn, I need to put up a new... I need to get shiny Mankey. Shiny Mankey. Okay, there we go. We're gonna get a shiny Mankey in here. It might be a small image, so I need to resize it a little bit. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a decent size. Oh, we can actually scale that down a lot. Yeah, I think that's okay. That'll look good. How many do we get? Get up, please. We got 12, I believe. 12 Mankeys so far. Should be 13. 14. 15. This should be an easy one to spot as well, which is good. 16. Right now, I believe. No, this is 16. Right here. Green will be easy to spot over the white. 17. 18. 19. And 20. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25. Over here, Gardevoir. 26. 27 over there. This is 28. These ones spawn so much faster. 29. Since these ones spawn so much faster, I feel like it's I feel like this one's gonna take longer somehow. I don't know why, but I feel like it will. This is 30. 31. 32's over there. No, not that one. Not that one, Gardevoir. That one. 32. 33. 34. 35. 36. Just getting 5 XP. 37. 38. 39. 40. 41. 42. 43. 44. That's not a Mankey. And you're most certainly not a Mankey. Ooh, I got Flame Body now. Screw you. Psychic. Die. What am I at? 44? I think so. That sounds right. Oh boy. Ooh, big lag spike right there. 45. 46. 47. 47, Gardevoir, you got it. 48. It's definitely, the auto battling is a little iffy sometimes. 49. Right over there. 50. 51. Almost there. 52. 53. 54. 55. We have 55, 56, and 57 are over here. Right. 3 more, and we will be all set. Right, that's 59. 60. I'm just gonna kill 2 more for good measure. Just so if I lost count at any point, I can make sure, even if I skipped a few numbers. Come on, you got him. Perfect. Thank you. All right, and now we save. We've killed 60 of them, which means that gives us 2 extra rolls for shinies. So what? Now we've got, yeah, like a 5 and 4,000 chance. So it's pretty much around 1 in 1,000. Just got a couple spawning over there. Couple like spawning here. I don't see a lot spawning here, so I might stand here and watch as they all spawn from here. I might just run around as they spawn just to encourage some spawning. Or maybe if I just ride around like in a circle here, honestly, on the outer perimeter here, they might just keep respawning. I don't know if this is working. Maybe if I run normally, might work better. If this doesn't work, I'll just start a picnic. I think it's gonna work differently from how Electros worked. Pretty much, definitely, yeah. It's definitely gonna work differently, so I'm just gonna do a picnic, because then once all the other Pokemon start to spawn, it's like they're not gonna despawn. So I might as well just reload everything. Any Mankeys? We need Mankeys. A green one if you can. If you would be so kind as to be green, that would definitely help me a little bit. You guys really don't like spawning the second I need you guys to spawn in droves. Come on. I saw you guys spawning like crazy before. Let's see a little bit more of that. We need to find a good place to sit. Maybe like sitting right in the middle? Will that be better? Barely any Mankeys are spawning. I gotta check each and every one, make sure they're not green. So the horde is more over here than it is over there. Yeah, it's more or less over here. I'm gonna go down there and grab that Pokeball. I don't know what it is. Oh, XP candies. Well, I'm glad I went for it. I like XP candies, even the small ones. Not a lot of space. What do you mean? There's plenty of space here. Relax. Don't worry about it. Forget about it. Any Mankey? Maybe around this tree. I'm noticing that they spawn in the grass most of the time. Yeah. Most of the time that they spawn in the grass. How is this gonna be a harder one? How is this gonna be harder? I don't understand. Electros was like impossible. Close to, well, not impossible, but it was supposed to take a lot longer than Mankey. I'll tell you that. Mankey should have been the easy one. But now that I want them to spawn, they're not going to. Why don't they want to spawn? Do they spawn down here as well? Possibly. Perhaps. It doesn't seem like they like to spawn down here. They just spawn up there. Just up here, that's fine. I'm not kidding, maybe the tower would be a decent place to watch for them. It's not a bad idea at this point. Oh, here we go. See, now they're spawning. Hey, guys. What took you guys so long? We got 6 of them there. Still not a lot, but it's better. I'm actually gonna climb this ladder. See if there's anything that could be useful up here. Maybe a good vantage point. It is a good vantage point. I don't think I'll be able to set up a picnic here. That would be what I would actually need to make this work. Oh, maybe I can. Can I? I can! The only problem is I don't think Pokemon spawn if I'm all the way up here. Do they? Oh, they do. Just barely, but I can see them down there. They definitely travel at a bit of a lower frame rate all the way down there. But it works. Sorta. Not too much. It doesn't really work all that well. Hello, guys. You guys all gonna spawn in? Look at all the Mankey. Oh my god, look at all the Mankey spawning over here. Hello, guys. How you guys doing? A lot of Bisharp this time. Lots of Bisharp. So what, is right here a good spot to sit? Right next to the clipping shadow texture? Good to know. Probably not the best place to... Oh, I can't do it next to people. Oh, screw you. I'm sure you'll live. It's just the smell of food. I'm sure you don't got any allergies to any of the shit I have. Maybe you do, actually. I don't know. I don't even know what I have on my pockets. That's just Mankeys, regular Mankeys on regular Mankeys. Okay, so like 2 spawn in each patch. Well, that's nice, I suppose. What's quicker, just leaving this way and then coming back, or actually doing a picnic? No, I don't want to mess with any of you. Thank you. I'm all good. Would any Mankeys like to spawn here? I welcome any Mankeys to show themselves. Is that a... No, it's not a shiny Hoppip. That's sad. It looked shiny for a second because shiny versions of them take on their evolution's green color. So I saw the evolution, I thought it was the regular one. So I thought it was a shiny for a second. Not that I would even want a shiny of that color or of that kind of Pokemon. I don't really want one of those. I would rather have Mankey. Wow, they start following me. That's sad. Because I don't care about them. Yes, keep spawning Mankeys. Keep spawning me more monkeys. More monkeys! Okay, I think it's time to sit down a picnic. Oh, yes, the airport story. I had to continue that. Where did I leave off? Well, we just touched down in JFK at this point. So 3 flights down, 1 to go. It had been more than 2 days at this point, I feel. No, almost 2 days. No, not more than 2 days. Almost 2 days, we'll say that. And I did get maybe like 6 hours of sleep, which was nice, but I was up for a whole 24 hours before that. So it was quite exhausting. And flight was delayed. I made it to JFK. Thankfully, they were having the same issues as Logan was having. So my other flight got delayed. And thankfully, Ari was informing me of this as I was going. So I knew that my flight had not even arrived at JFK yet, the plane that I was supposed to get on. So no way they were actually gonna leave early or on time because their flight wasn't even there yet. So I was good. I was all good. And in fact, that flight actually got delayed for quite some time. I sat in JFK for maybe 3 hours. Thankfully, at that point, I was just happy to know that my plane was not there yet. And that, that I would be getting on it once it got there. At least, that's what I was hoping for. Because shortly after I got there, they started mass canceling flights. Like, almost every flight was getting canceled. It was crazy. That was the point where they were just calling it for most flights. Like, if a plane wasn't getting there by that day, they would just cancel the flight and put you on a different one probably the next day, right? Which for me would be really, really bad because I don't have a place to stay in JFK. This was a layover for me. So this was like, I didn't really want to stay in New York for a night. That would be really unfortunate. And I would probably have to sleep in the airport, which is not a good idea. Especially in New York. So, yeah, I was a little worried at first, but Ari kept telling me, like, I think your flight's arriving in JFK, and it, like, they seem pretty adamant on keeping this flight going to, from, like, they seem like they really want this plane to take off from JFK as well. Like, they're gonna just switch crews, and I think they're gonna actually take off. And I'm like, okay, so my flight might not get delayed. That's good. And so I just kind of broke out my Switch and I started shiny hunting. I believe I shiny hunted a little bit for a Scizor and a Luxray. Or I guess Luxio at the time. I evolved it into a Luxray. But I ended up getting both of those shinies at the time, which was nice, you know. It was kind of nice to have both of those. It killed a lot of time, which was fantastic. I was really happy about that because I just needed to get my mind off of being in that damn airport. I'm not respawning any of these guys, am I? I'm not. Yeah, it was something. And after a while, the announcements started to come in about cancellations of flights and all that. And my plane that I was supposed to get on had landed in JFK. So I knew it was there. People were being emptied out of the plane. I was right next to the gate. And it said my flight was up next, which was good. And flights kept coming on the intercom, like flight something 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 to wherever. Your flight has been canceled. We're very sorry. You know, it would say that every now and then on the loudspeaker to like different groups, and every time it happened, a different group would just, like, some people just broke down into tears about their flights not being ready or being there, because I feel like a lot of people were in the same situation as I was, just wanting to get home in time for something, and it just not being possible because of stupid Microsoft. Yeah. So that was a good time. Yeah, a good time. That's a great word for it. But finally, our flight gets on the intercom, and they're like, everybody on the flight from JFK to where I live. And I was like, oh no. Oh no. And over the intercom, they just said, your crew will be this guy, and we are flying out in like half an hour, so you better get in line. And I'm like, I was beyond excited. I was so happy. I was just so happy to be going home. Finally. I was supposed to get home at like 2 o'clock that day. I was supposed to get home at 2 o'clock. I ended up getting home at around like 6 or 7. I don't know exactly when. But we got on the flight, And this flight was a lot different from my last one, because almost no one on this flight actually ended up making it to their connecting flight. Like other people had even more severe delays than I did. So a lot of people just couldn't even get onto this flight. There were maybe 10 people tops on this plane. It was a stellar experience. We all got our own seats. Everybody was just so happy when we were taking off. We were cheering. It was great. Oh my god. We were all so happy to be on a plane. I got a nice good middle, or sorry, not middle seat. God no. A window seat, which was awesome. I took a picture outside of the window. Let me see if I can find it. It was a fantastic picture of New York right out the window. Yeah, right out the window of the plane. Let me see if I can pull this up. Sorry, it'll be a bit of a poor shot, but this is the picture. And as you can see there, sort of, maybe, you can see the city out there. And oh my god, what a sight it was. What a sight that was to see. It was so cool to see the entire New York City skyline from JFK on a sunny day. And going home like that, yeah, it was pretty cool. I really liked seeing it. I love the scenery, and that's why I like having window seats. Because I'm a literal child when it comes to that stuff. But you know what? I think it's great. I think it's fun. And no one's gonna take that spirit out of me. It was great. I was just so happy. We touched down an hour later at our stop, and everybody was just so happy. We all just, you know what's crazy? You know how you just have to wait like an hour to get off of, well, not an hour, but like 20 minutes or so to get off the damn plane, because some people just don't know how to walk in the aisle, and they take like forever getting their bags down, and everybody has to wait behind them because people don't remember where they put their bags, and they take forever, and there's only one person that can fit through the aisle. Yeah, we didn't have that problem. We all just grabbed our bags and we just walked off. It was so fantastic. It was, anyone who hasn't been on a plane with just like 10 people on it needs to experience that at one point. If your flight really, really gets delayed, I bet you'll probably be really pissed off by the time you get on the plane. But at that point, you'll be just relieved that you're on it. And it's a really cool experience to just be on a plane with like no people on it. It's like your own private jet. You'll feel like Taylor Swift for a little bit. Taylor Swift when they leave the TV remote on the other side of the couch. You know? Gotta take a private jet over there to go grab it. Oh, go away, Poniard. Go away. It was great. And I got home. I was so happy. Ari picked me up from the airport, and we had plans to go to like a better dinner place, but I think either we didn't make a reservation, or I wasn't there in time for the reservation. I don't know what we actually had planned, but we just, at that point, I was just so tired, and we both just agreed, like, let's just go to Texas Roadhouse. So we went to Texas Roadhouse, and we just ate a bunch of the rolls there. I was so unbelievably hungry as well. Because, like, airport food, like, I don't really like grabbing airport food. And I hadn't had, like, American food in a while. Because when you're in a country that you don't know, that you've never been to before, their cuisine can actually, funny enough, be different than yours. A lot different. So I was really looking for just a nice, good American meal. Because I haven't been able to have one in quite some time. So it really made me happy having one of those. I know it seems so simple to go to Texas Roadhouse and having that be incredible, but it really was just great. I felt so happy afterwards. And I felt so bad for not being there for more of our anniversary, but I think for the time we did have that day, we made it count. It was nice. And that was the story of how Airports are kind of a nightmare sometimes. There are some times where I really like flying. Like, I actually really enjoy flying. It used to give me a lot of anxiety. But I've actually, well, I've done a lot more flying over the past few years than I've done for most of my childhood. I didn't actually fly a lot my childhood. I didn't do it almost any of it at all. But now that I travel a bit more, you know, I've been able to do more airplane stuff. And it's actually been really fun. I like looking out the window and seeing all the scenery, and you kind of get used to the jolts and all that that a plane does. You know, those jolts. Yeah, those ones can be a little scary sometimes, but honestly, you kind of get used to them after a while. And I have this little trick, and I would recommend this trick to anyone who can relate to this. And anyone who gets anxious on a plane, if you've ever been on a boat before, you can compare a lot of the movements in a plane to those on a boat. So what I do a lot of the time is if I really feel like I'm a little anxious on a plane, I just close my eyes and imagine I'm on a boat on the water. And knowing that there's some sort of thing below you, not really solid ground because it's water, but like something solid below you, knowing that that's there, I feel like it helps. It gives a sense of comfort to everything, you know, reassures you that things are going to be all right. And yeah, it helps with it helps when you have like heavy turbulence, you know, because it feels like rough waves out on the water, which rough waves are fine. You know, rough waves are not really scary to me, mostly because I don't really, I don't know, I've been on a boat. I've been on boats many times. My dad owns a boat, so it's easy for me to kind of imagine that and to just visualize that. Makes it a little easier. Obviously, it's not too bad for me anymore. I don't really mind the movements that planes make too much, but it does help for people who still do get anxious on airplanes. That's what I used to do. But after a while, you come to enjoy them. I don't know. So that's what I feel. That's what I feel like. I'm very excited because I'm gonna be doing more flying soon. So I think the best times of being on a plane is when you're going on a vacation to somewhere like a lot of the times, like, so last year Ari and I went on a trip to Disney World. And that was our first ever trip together that like was kind of us, that we planned like a big trip, you know. And it was the first trip I had ever done without like my family, with like a really like a trip that was entirely my own, you know. And I suppose I'd been to Texas before with Ari, but that really, I don't know if that counted as like a more like a vacation. It was just I was visiting when Ari lived in Texas. I think I'm okay to say that because Texas is a big place. You'll never find where where. But yeah, it was that I didn't really count that, but going to Orlando, going to the Disney World, that I'd say was our big first vacation that we did together. We planned it completely and entirely on our own. It was just the two of us going. It was great. It was so nice. It was so nice because you have so much a sense of freedom when you know it's your trip and you get to do whatever you want. You know, you don't have to worry about anyone else. When it's a family trip, you really just do whatever your parents put on the itinerary, which is nice, you know. I understand, you know, it's their trip. They made it, you know, so I understand that they want to do what they want to do. That's fine. But sometimes I'm like, I ask my parents like, "Hey, what are we doing? Do you know?" And sometimes it's just like, "Don't ask me. I don't know." And I'm like, "Okay." It can get a little stressful sometimes because, well, vacations can sometimes be stressful. But when it's your own vacation, you get to make the choices. And boy, did I love that, because I don't know, having that freedom, it's nice. It's so much different when it's your trip, because you feel like you earned it, you know? You feel like you made this trip happen, and you get to make whatever you want out of it, you know? You get to make the choice. You get to choose where to go. You get to choose what ride you want to go on next, what parks you want to go to on which days. And if I like a specific part of the park, like usually Ari and I like a specific part of the park, we usually have mutual feelings about things at the parks. So if we want to do something more than once, or we just want to stick around one area for a while and just chill out, we can, you know? There's no rush. We can decide. It's awesome. It's really nice. I'm excited for more trips like that. But I think the best time for flying in that case is just when you're flying out to go on a trip like that, because it's so exciting, the anticipation of it all, you know? Flying into Orlando is always super fun too. I mean, I guess we didn't actually fly into Orlando. We went to Miami first, and then we took a train to Orlando, which is also a fun story. But still, flying into Miami was pretty cool. It was dark though, so I couldn't see where we were, which was kind of sad. I like to kind of look out the window and see everything. Something I have failed to do as of yet is I really want to be able to look out the window when we get close to Orlando, when we fly into Orlando. And it's something I'm gonna try next time. Next time we fly into Orlando, hopefully during the daytime, I want to be able to see like Disney World from the plane, which I think is actually much harder than I'm making it out to be. Like being able to see Disney World from the plane, I have a feeling that's actually a tough thing to do. Because when you really think about it, it's not a big landmark. It's not big at all. The castle is not as large as you would think it was. So it'd actually be really, really hard to actually see where it is. But if you understand the bodies of water nearby and the roads, I suppose you could probably see it from the plane. I would just need to know where to look. Because my sense of direction is a little weird when I'm on a plane. But someday I'm going to see it from the plane. I'm going to try my best to look for it this time. See if I can find it. If we fly in from the right angle, I'll be able to look. I'll need just the right angle though, which might be tough to get. Because I don't really get to choose my seat. Either way, we'll see if I can see it. It's definitely a bit of a gamble. You need the conditions to be just right to be able to see it, I feel like. But I think you probably can pull it off if you tried hard enough, and if you tried enough times. But taking the train in was also very cool. Ooh, hello, Charcadet. You're a rare spawn. I didn't even know you spawned here. I didn't even know you were here. Very uncommon, my friend. Very uncommon indeed. I'm not gonna catch it because I don't really care. Imagine how hard finding a shiny Charcadet would be. I mean, you would just need to find a horde of them. I'm sure an outbreak of them happens every once in a while. It would just be kind of rare. Anyway, taking the train. So from Miami to Orlando, just recently, there was a new line of track established from a train company called Brightline, which is a privately owned train rail company. Which, there aren't a lot of those in the US. There are not a lot of those. A lot are federally funded, which is, which means that it's really tough to actually, you know, do anything. Like Amtrak is the biggest one. It's like, Amtrak does the Northeast Corridor, which goes from, like, Washington, D.C. to, like, Boston or something like that. Something along those lines. And it's a nice route of track, but, you know, it's Amtrak. And you can kind of tell the quality of their trains is not that great. They really don't care much about presentation because they don't really make money off of the people riding. Well, I guess they do still. They charge absurd rates for their trains, but you know, they're they're not nice. They're not nice trains. I think they're kind of ugly, especially compared to trains in other countries. That's what I'm kind of sad about, that I didn't get to experience while traveling abroad. I didn't get to see all the trains, all the cool trains. Because there's really cool train lines built into like these other countries, but I just didn't get the chance to ride them. Very sad. And America just doesn't have that railway infrastructure because of all the highways that they built, you know? But thankfully, because of a couple laws that were passed recently, I think funding has been given to more rail companies, which is nice. But since Brightline is privately owned, they make their own funding, which means they can make their own choices, you know? They have a lot more freedom in what they're doing. So that's very nice. Brightline is very successful, actually, and their trains are really, really nice because they care about quality and they care about an experience you get on that train, which is really fantastic. I'm really glad because it is a really nice train. I enjoy it a lot. I think it's a really cool way to get from Miami to Florida, and I really didn't have a practical use for it for a while, but we found one, and I got to ride it, which was awesome. I was really, really happy with it. And the Brightline station in Orlando is actually in the airport. So it takes you, it's this really big and cool station inside the airport. It's such a cool line of track. It's like they built their own track over like over the last like year. And it was very, very cool. It was very long, and it's entirely theirs, so they can go super fast on that bit of track, which is pretty awesome. Brightline's been around for a good couple of years now, but they just established that track just about last year in September. So it was pretty awesome. Someday I would love to ride on it again if I ever had a reason to. I'm not going to go out of my way to do it because it is like $90 for a ride and it's 3 hours. So I wouldn't do it unless I had a reason to, but I had a reason to, and it was really cool. I was like, man, we want to spend some time in Miami, but we also want to go to Disney. But then we'd have to like either take a expensive really short flight or a really long car ride in Florida traffic. You know, this is a lose-lose scenario here. What are we gonna do to make this work? And then I remembered the YouTube video I watched about the Brightline a while back, and I'm like, oh, the train. the perfect equalizer and everything. It's perfect. The stars aligned for me to go on this brand new train, like the newest train in America right now, the newest one, and you can tell it's top of the line. It's real good. It's real cool. I really like it. I was so happy to ride on a train. I like trains, if you can't tell. just in case you didn't figure it out yet. I do like trains. Damn. Can we get a shiny Mankey already? It's been a good while now. This is definitely... I feel like we've been searching for this one the longest. Which is weird, because this one should have been the easiest. I feel like this one should have been the easiest. Maybe I'm wrong, but like... I don't know. Why would it have been hard? It's just monkeys. That's all it is. It's just monkeys. I guess a lot of them just don't like to spawn. Hello, Mr. Mankey. Would I like to go and do it again? Yes. Unfortunately, I don't have a reason to. Really sad. But I'm sure I'll be back in Orlando. I want to go to Universal. Universal's gonna be sick. I see. Universal's also opening up a new park very soon, which pretty cool. Universal opening a new park. Epic Universe, that's what it is. And if you don't know anything about Epic Universe, I would suggest doing some research on it because it's a really cool. Ooh, ooh, those guys almost hit me. It's a very cool park. And the big hotel, the Helios Hotel they're making, there's a hotel in the park. Giant hotel, right? It costs as much as like a value resort at Disney World. That's for an experience like that at such a cheap price. I'm hoping they're not cutting corners over there or anything like that, especially for a deluxe hotel like that. But like seriously, that's like a really good deal. It's gonna make people want to stay there. It makes their prices for their expensive hotels look reasonable, even though they're their most expensive prices. And get a lot of good benefits from it too, like the Express Pass and shit like that. And like literally a way to walk into Epic Universe, their brand new park. It's very cool. And if I ever go to Epic Universe, I want to stay in that hotel because that looks cool as hell. And I would definitely like to stay on that. It's such a cool little hotel. It is pretty cool. I think, honestly, I know Disney World is a massive giant. I understand that Universal's probably never going to top them, at least not in the next, like, 10 to 20 years. But they're definitely gaining on them. Universal's attendance has just been going up. It's really simple. If you just look at the numbers, Universal's numbers have been going up. They've seen an increase in attendance besides the recent drop that they've had as of recently. Ever since the release date of Epic Universe has been announced, the attendance at the other two parks right now has been a little low. Which a lot of people are like, oh, well, no one's gonna go. Look, the popularity's dropping. That's what the stupid people say. But if you have a couple brain cells, you can realize, and I'm sure you guys are all pretty smart, and you probably already know what the reasoning for that is. It's because everybody's waiting. Everybody's waiting to go to Universal until the new park opens, and then they're gonna have a massive surge of people. And to know that nobody is going to Universal right now because that means everybody is waiting. Like, I doubt there's like any other reason for a big drop in attendance like that besides the fact that everybody just wants to wait until the new stuff opens, which is good. And they can kind of use that to predict how many people are actually going to go to Epic Universe. All these people who have not been booking trips, all those people are probably going to go once Epic Universe opens. There's a reason they're waiting, you know? So I think they'll see a massive surge in their numbers. And all of a sudden, Universal is going to have 3 parks. Disney World has 4, by the way. So they're getting pretty close to rivaling their amount of parks. Definitely not their attendance by any means, but rivaling the amount of parks that they have. Yes, almost definitely. The amount of experiences, absolutely. They're getting there. They're making really good progress in terms of just appeal to an audience. You know, they've been doing really well. They've been making good decisions. They've been expanding. They've been building. Disney World has not been doing that. Disney World has, they retheme a couple rides every now and then, but I mean, there hasn't been too much stuff that's been like super special edition, you know? Even really cool stuff like Guardians of the Galaxy, Cosmic Rewind, I feel like nobody really cared. Like, it's a really awesome, I think it's so awesome, but it was nothing to write home about, like nothing to be like, oh, you have to go to Disney and try this new thing, you know? I feel like Disney hasn't had that in a very long time. They haven't had a moment where they were able to say, like, you have to go back to the parks and experience this new thing. You know, they haven't had that since maybe Galaxy's Edge. I'd probably argue that. They really haven't had a big enough thing to make me want to really go back and experience it right now, kind of thing, you know? Universal, though, is opening a whole new park. They have a giant appeal, you know? A bunch of different properties integrated in a really realistic way, you know? A bunch of different portals to different dimensions, and kind of a, you know, like a semi-original kind of land as well with the monsters. Pretty cool. I think that's going to be very cool. They saw, you know, everybody wanted a villain's land out of Disney, and Disney was way too slow. And somehow Universal just crafted it in, like, just a couple of years. And it doesn't look like they cut corners either. It looks like really well done, like well polished. It looks like a very well themed land. And it's one that I think, from what I've seen from Buzz Online, is one of the most anticipated lands, just because it's not like just based around an IP. And I think that should be proof to Disney that you really don't need an IP to push a section of a park, because people just want something new and original. That's what people want. People want something unique that they're not going to get anywhere else. That's what they want. They don't want IPs that they can watch at home, you know? Oh, shiny Mankey. There we go. Nice. Oh. But yeah, people don't want all of that. I mean, I'm sure plenty of people do, but some people also just want cool shit, cool new shit, you know? What do we save Annihilate in? A heavy ball could be cool. Let's try a heavy ball. Hell yeah. Because he's gonna grow up to be gray and blue, so might as well kind of have those colors, right? Alright, that's 3 shinies. 3 shiny Pokemon! Well, that's pretty awesome. Now we just need to evolve him into Annihilate, which is definitely a task in and of itself. But we made good progress today. We made very good progress. Let's go check our boxes. Now we should have a full shiny box. Also, all of these that we have in our party are also shinies, so we kind of have a whole nother row as well. So, well done. Very cool. An entire shinies box. We'll have to make a second shinies box now. That's pretty crazy. We'll have to make a second one. Oh man, look at all these guys. I mean, a whole box of shinies. I've been working towards that for quite some time. And I guess I've had it for quite a while because we have all 6 of these guys. So technically we did have it. But now we have a whole box of shinies, even if we have 6 in our party. So yeah, that's pretty cool. We have Litten there. We have Porygon. Porygon's a cool one, especially when it becomes Porygon Z. That's when I think the shiny becomes its best. Raichu, I got that one actually, funny thing, in a Dynamax adventure. I just randomly got a shiny Raichu and I'm like, is that a shiny? Because it's kind of tough to tell. And I kind of looked at it, I squinted my eyes and I'm like, huh, that looks different. Scovillian's also a really cool one. I got one of these for Ari because she likes Scovillian. It's a very unique typing, grass and fire. I don't think we have too many grass and fire types, if any. Talonflame, I just found a Fletchling. I just found that one. Psyduck, I'm pretty sure I found in Legends Arceus. Yes, I did. You can see by the cool little Pokeball up there, all the way up at the top right. So, cool stories behind a couple of these. We found an Execute just in the wild. We found the Rhydon just in the wild. And also Crabrawler. He has red boxing gloves instead of blue. It's pretty cool. We found all of those out in the wild, and also Dodrio. These ones we just all found, just running around. And Sudowoodo. All of those guys we just found in the wild. And Drifloon is also in Legends Arceus. Those are all ones that I just found on a whim. And I think Spoink as well, maybe? Yeah, no, I definitely didn't shiny hunt Spoink, so... Everything else was actually shiny hunted. I actually did intentionally look for it, which took a while, especially the 2 Samurats. Oh my god, getting 2 shiny Oshawotts. Do you have any idea just how minimal the difference between a regular Oshawott and a shiny Oshawott is? The blue on them is slightly purple, just slightly more purple, right? And their nose is pink instead of orange. Their nose, the smallest part about them, it's really hard to tell if you found a shiny Oshawott. It's really hard, especially when they're in the water. It's rough. It was rough. It took me at least, like, it had to have taken me at least 6 hours to get both shiny Oshawotts. The Reuniclus, I believe I got on the plane, the 9-hour plane ride is when I got Reuniclus. I had plenty of time to look for him, so I got that one. That one was really tough to find because he spawns in a cold, like, icy biome, and so the transparent green that he usually is looks blue most of the time. And so when you actually find the real blue one, it's really tough to tell. Really tough to tell. Yeah. This one was easy to see. It's yellow instead of blue. And it's even more yellow as a Luxio, which is how I caught it. Scizor was also extremely easy. You don't look for red, you look for green. Very simple. Salamence, I think I got from Pokemon Go, actually. Greninja. Froakie was actually really tough to find because it's mostly it's like a lighter blue. It's a little bit of a lighter blue. Tepig was yellow instead of orange, and then it turns blue. So weird shiny there. Oh man, but Electros, oh man, I need to find a way to incorporate this onto a team. I need to get back into playing more Pokemon so I can actually put this on a team, because the fact that this thing has no weaknesses. If only it learned more moves. I should look up. Hello, PB. I know who that is already.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
I caught.
I was at my grandma's for a while.
Nice. I caught 3 shinies while you were gone.
Nice. I ate pizza there, and I rewatched E.T.
Very cool.
E.T.'s
Oh,
my
man.
favorite movie. Did you know that?
I think I did. I think you told me that at least once.
Have you watched it?
Have I watched E.T.?
Yeah.
No, I must have missed that one.
Okay, well, I was just asking.
I mean, I haven't seen E.T. I mean, I haven't watched it in a while since I was a kid.
I don't think
maybe,
Ari's seen it. Or no, it was Lone that hasn't seen it. But I don't know. I think it's just kind of crazy that they haven't seen it.
Yeah, no, it's a classic movie. So I am kind of
yeah, I've seen it twice this year.
You've seen it twice? Yeah, that makes sense. I'm surprised you haven't seen it more.
No, I've seen it so many times. I've seen it in IMAX. I've seen it at the theater. Like, again, I've seen it at the drive-in theater twice. I've seen it in a lot of formats.
Wow. Sorry, I'm plugging in my HDMI cable right now. I'm plugging in my monitor because I'm using it for Pokemon.
Are you still live?